Few months back, I had a few days off, so I took a solo trip to Varanasi. It is one of the oldest cities in northern India and can be said as the spiritual capital of this country. Many were asking me why Varanasi, as lots of other hill stations and sea beaches are there to visit. But I think, why not Varanasi? I was always fascinated watching the picturesque locations of this place on different social media platforms. That kept me wondering what enigma this place has that thousands of people every year come to visit here. And also, a voice inside me keeps on telling me to go and take a visit there. Finally, I went to the place. And here are the 51 pictures I took while roaming around that place. This is the first glimpse I had of the Ganges. Boats were floating here and there. Temples were picking their heads. When I visited the place, it was flooded, but the river was still bearing its serene beauty. Watching the Ganges from a distance for some time is like inviting peace inside your head. The water was continuously flowing with its own rhythm. The wind was bringing a strange scent to me. It was neither very salty nor bland. It was like an unfamiliar but satisfying scent that I was having for the first time. It was so hypnotizing. The structures beside the river were old. I don't know, but there was a pleasure I found looking at them, realizing they are standing there years after years, witnessing different personas of Ganges. So I couldn't wait to capture its beauty through my lenses. When you'll visit Varanasi, I bet you'll find the roads very interesting. It's a combination of both old and modern buildings, which make the place most unique. Different people were walking on the streets, from the sadhus to foreign tourists. I spent hours after hours just walking around here and there and watching people. And trust me, I couldn't stop myself doing that. But the most interesting part was the gullies there. It's like a maze. Every gully has something interesting to offer you. Some were having temples, some old shops, and some were having modern cafes. For me, whenever I take the route through the lanes, it always felt a kind of adventure for me to get out from this labyrinth and finding the way to my destination. I also went to see Sarnath, which was a few kilometers away from the ghats. The place was well maintained with lots of greenery and having its own aura. The Buddha Stupa will make you think how old this place is where you are standing. Sometimes you will find pleasure in not seeking, but to be in the present moment. For me, that was the moment. I spent an entire day there, just sitting and observing the place, without any rush. The more I tried to capture those moments in my camera, the less it was. And then, of course, comes the food of Varanasi. It was mouth-watering and tasty. Whenever I saw a good place to eat, I got in. Everywhere, from a tea stall to a restaurant, they will serve you like you are their special guest. These are not fancy pictures, I know, but who wants to take fancy images when you have a delightful dish in front of you? But now, back to my favorite place, the Ghats of Ganges. I could literally spend hours sitting by the ghats, be it in the time of sunrise or sunset. I realized every people of this place have a deep relationship with the river, like the relationship of a friend, a guide, or a mother, that bring them closer to one another. And I sometimes feel that's the reason that there is always a smile on their face. I don't know whether I found the answer of my calling to this place or not. And to be honest, I don't want to know what exactly the calling was all about. As sometimes it's better if you don't find the answer. There is also a joy in not knowing stuffs. And maybe that's why my instinct still whispering to me to visit the place again.